On today's Minute of the Apes, it's martini time. They greenlit the sequel without a story in mind. They just wanted to equal an unexpected gold mine. He said, oh no, as Heston said, I got to go. These are just some of the facts you ought to know as we go. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. And we have Richard over in the background shaking up and making martinis.
Oh, look at that point.
We're halfway through the week, so it's time to start celebrating that we have made it through another movie once again. We are on to minute 93. Sean, why don't you tell us what's going on for minute 93?
All right, we start minute 93 with Ursus looking on in concern and ends with Zeus saying, "Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction."
All right, here it comes, minute 93 of Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
I'll find a way to stop it. Stand! Over there! There's someone at the pillar! Taylor, it's doomsday. The end of the world. Help me. You asked me to help you? Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction.
As of minute 93, we have 2 living humans, a psychorp telepath, 5 dead humans, 1 dead ape, bunches of dead telepaths, a Shreadness of Gapes, apes, and a gaggle of humans.
A Shreadness of Gapes?
Of Gapes.
What is a gape?
It's when your mouth falls open. Come on.
Very good, Sean. That was quick. I like it.
Ape a gape. There you go.
So, we get into a shootout in this minute.
Perfect pour.
Richard really did. He mixed the drinks. All 3 of us have martinis. Perfect. I would say, what is that, about an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch from the top? Yep. I mean, that you couldn't have been a better bartender if you tried yourself.
I would do the clink right now, but they're so close to the top. I gotta let it go down a little. Or
hang on, everyone. We're gonna go slurp.
We're gonna slurp our drinks. Hang on.
I think what wowed me about that is there's nothing.
Ooh, that's good. I like that better than gin. Sorry.
That is
gin.
Oh, that is gin.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
These are gin martinis.
That's good.
Oh yeah. Gin. This is a very, very flavorful gin. It's actually based out of Dallas. It's called Greenhouse, and it is my favorite gin.
Okay. That is really good.
It doesn't taste like gasoline. It tastes like the aromatics that you would expect in gin.
Even though I have to say, without JJ here to finish this up, there are no olives.
Oh, that's true.
We have no olives this time.
Oh, that's wrong. I'm sorry.
I hate both of you.
I totally forgot. I should have invited her. I've
got some Halloween candy. I can put like some bubble gum or some Smarties in it. Would you like some Smarties in your drink?
Can I have a candy?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a situation where everything's going nuts. Does anyone really care that essentially in this moment, we get Taylor being shot, and he does a Charlton Heston version of a Wilhelm?
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
And that was not him falling over.
No. So, once again, we're in things without motivation. We get shot. He tumbles aside. Then, with the reaction of it, there's a little chaos, and we get Brent shooting Ursus. I find myself, look, I get it. They're humans who can talk. They care about each other because of both from the budget space program together. I wish, again, like many moons ago when we started this, I wish they would have looked at that Franciscus and Heston look so much alike and could have made them brothers. And at that point, he could have been avenging his brother.
Yeah.
Anything like that could have been motivation for why they're acting the way they're acting. It just falls flat.
So we get basically 5 seconds of chaos as the steam comes out and apes are flying everywhere and they're falling by whatever it is. Maybe it's burning them because it might be radiation, like Sean suggested in the last minute. And then we have a moment with Ursus and Zeus as they look at the control panel, and Ursus looks down at like the last crystal. I'm like, You saw that he depressed the other two. What kind of dumb ape are you that thinks maybe I should depress the third one? That'll fix it.
He does have confidence. He's going to find a way to stop it.
So that terrible noise that you guys heard when listening to the minute was
Brent beating on the organ.
Was Brent beating on the organ?
And that's not a metaphor.
To get their,
Maybe it is.
To get their attention. And again, there's all these shots, just like I mentioned in the last minutes, there's all these shots of Zaius and Ursus with no other guerrilla soldiers around them, behind them. Like they just...
I can't pick up my drink. I'm going to spill it. I got slurp.
Well, so to your point of that they see the things being depressed, what's my first thing? If I see something being depressed and I'm kind of worried that something's happened, I go and try to pull it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I kept thinking was, don't push another button.
Right.
Go over and go, pull it back up and see. And then if it doesn't work, even though that might, as I do,
set it off.
As I do this, it might not look so
You're
good.
beating on their organ over there.
So the first gunfire is Brent shooting at something unknown. I don't know if he's shooting at Zaius and Ursus. I don't know if he's shooting at a gorilla. He's just kind of, he got their attention. They point to him. He shoots at them. And then for whatever reason that gets the attention of, they suddenly notice Taylor. Like they just suddenly turn and look at Taylor out of nowhere.
And that's what I kept thinking. Why did they notice Taylor? Why not anything else? What about, it's not like he's waving a white flag. He wasn't again walking down the stairs to draw attention. They just looked and noticed.
And then Zaius shoots off the machine gun because he now have a machine gun because that's hilarious. Not Zaius, Ursus. And man, that is a bad death scene. I'm going to hang off this column and draw my hands out and fall.
Yeah. I did say he's pretty much the Darth Maul of Planet of the Apes because he looked like he was going to be built up to be a total badass, and maybe for a second he was, and then boom.
What does that mean? He's going to come back
with robot
15
legs?
15 years later with robot legs?
And then, of course, he tumbles down the stairs.
His hat will be twice as big.
The tumble down the stairs was just so, it was so comedic. I mean, it wasn't horrid, but it was very much like, we have to get him down now by the control panel, so we have to watch him tumble down these stairs.
And that's the most pathetic part about it, is that we don't even telegraph it with a shot that kind of tells us the spatial relation between the stairs and where the control panel is. It's just a tumble, so he can be down there, so they can cut around to some other things, so that then when he comes back, we at least know he's down there. They could have, you could have put a shot with the control panel in the foreground and him over here tumbling towards it.
Yeah.
That would have at least said something.
That he's going towards it and give you a spatial relationship.
Yeah, I don't have any idea that that's eventually what he's going to do. So when he stands up, I don't even know he's close enough to affect a change on that.
Then from this moment, we get action-reaction in the sense that Ursus shoots Taylor tumbles down the stairs, and then finally, Brent does something smart, and we get a shot of him shooting Ursus in the back. Right. He's on the other side by the organ. We get actually kind of a good shot. That's a kind of a
shows where they are.
Yeah, shows where they are. And we see Brent shooting Ursus in the back, which he probably should have done to begin with before he even got near the control panel.
Yeah.
They could have shot Ursus a long time ago if they really wanted to.
I agree. So that all sets the stage for, this is when I began thinking again, this should be the final confrontation between Zaius and Taylor.
Yeah.
They've had all of this stuff between them. They've pontificated over their philosophies and what's evil, etc. I look at now, Ursus is dead, and it's the most thankless death, too. He's just shot and he falls aside. We've had this great military leader that's been the bad guy. You want to talk about the Darth Maul of this? Ursus might be the Darth Maul of it.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were... I'm sorry, I was looking at, you were talking about Taylor.
Oh, no, I'm saying Ursus is the Darth Maul of it,
it literally is like, he's just tossed aside.
Yeah.
So, it's bad fall, too. Like, he falls, and I have to think, was that a dummy because his legs fold a particular way? I mean, it was a big steep if that was really
and
a steep
his head's going down, too, that I thought if he fell on his head, I mean, that's...
His legs folded in such a way that I think that was a dummy. That had to be a dummy. Even a stunt guy would have landed on his head on that distance would not have been safe, even with a crash pad. I don't think so.
So Zaius at this point is at least back to his old self where he's talking to Taylor.
Yeah.
But I found myself, and again, I'm only taking a shot of kind of what I would like to hear him say. With all the things they've been going on, why isn't it that Taylor stumbling across and eventually holding his chest and the ketchup pouring out between his fingers. Zaius could say something akin to, "Don't you see that it's man who drove us to this point? Look around you. Your destruction is everywhere. The destruction of your society will lead to the death of us all." He's been saying things like that, and suddenly he has nothing to say to Taylor. Nothing. He just has that one little, and I'm actually kind of shocked that somebody didn't notice this and say, "Oh, it's the two of us again." And if anything, Heston, I would think, would want to chew this apart and go, "It's us again, let's do it."
Yes, no, this moment between the two of them should have been that. Should have been that moment of them having the same conversation they had in Zaius' office.
Yes.
Should have been brought back to this. There's not much more in the script. I mean, the script says, he says in the minute, "It's doomsday, the end of the world, help me." And then Zaius concludes with, "You've asked me to help you. Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction." So he's kind of riffing a little bit back on on that moment without really kind of bringing more to it. What was cut from the script is, Taylor was supposed to say, "Zaius, it's doomsday. Zaius, the end of the world. Can you understand? For God's sake, help me." Zaius replies, "Stay away from me." Taylor says, "You damned animal." Zaius says, "Don't touch that." Taylor says, "Help me, help me." Then Zaius comes back and says, "You asked me to help you. Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction." So they cut some of those lines, but they didn't go anywhere.
I was going to say that they're nothing but reactionary lines. They aren't really talking about the philosophies of the film.
To each other, yeah.
Yeah, it's that whole idea that people don't speak that way.
Well, I think it's one of those things where whenever they dropped the turd in the punch bowl and said, "Go ahead and end it how you want to," Heston probably went, "I'm still getting paid the same amount. Cut all that shit. Let's get to it."
It has that feeling, too, that it literally was, what little do we need to say so I can push the button and end this all?
I was amazed at Brent's ability to take down apes with a single rifle. His aim was fantastic.
I think we're finding out the ape army is actually learned from ANSA because their mode of offense is to catch bullets with their chests instead of shooting back with their guns.
I mean, just because, I'm trying to think this through. If I were Brent, I would have shot Ursus and then I would run down and grab the
machine gun or whatever.
Machine gun, yeah.
And then
because that rifle is just not going to get him through that army of gorillas. But he does a good job picking a lot of them off.
But at the same time, I found the gorillas' reaction kind of odd. If somebody's shooting, I scatter and run for cover. I look for, instead they just sort of, what? And they boom, boom, and they're running across him.
But my question is, we have a gorilla army. When have they ever actually been used?
They haven't.
But I mean, have they fought other gorilla cities? I mean, do you build an army like this?
Well, they at some point, I'm assuming, round up the humans that we saw in the first movie,
and they killed Mendez very efficiently.
I just a thought just now as I'm watching this moment, like, have they ever actually fought an opposing force like this? Somebody with a gun.
You would think that, because you can hear bang, 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 that's probably one, maybe two guns. Mm-hmm. You do formations and simply know it's coming from that vantage point, and you just throw a grenade up there or something.
But a society
there's some ropes up there.
A society
they're very good with it.
A society that builds an army with guns, has a need for guns, clearly has fought something in the past. Is my supposition.
I just want to know where the cannon is. I'd like them to bring in those
cannons
in the cathedral and blow the shit out of Brent at that point. Just blow his ass up, and I want to see him go flying across.
Whee!
You might wish that might happen.
I hate to say that minute 93 ends up being that. There's not a ton more than that.
Well, okay, so minute 93 is the death of Taylor.
It is.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I mean,
for all intents and purposes.
You're right. The shooting and potential death of Taylor and Ursus.
It's the ketchup of Taylor.
Right.
It's the Heinz of Taylor.
I mean, because that is one red hand.
It's the death of Ursus.
There it is. You know what?
It is immortally wounded.
To Ursus.
To Ursus.
Clink.
I don't even think you can be here. There you
go. We're clinking. I don't want to spill martini on my computer. Hang on.
Gingerly.
So drink faster. That'll solve that.
It'll get it down lower.
Yeah.
God, I keep expecting that to burn. That's really good.
I'm telling you, it's really good gin.
Will you make me another one of those when we finish Escape?
Yeah.
Really good.
Of course.
Next year.
All right, minute 93 in the books. We'll be back tomorrow with minute 94, which is truly the last minute
of the movie.
Before we get to credits. So we'll break down that tomorrow. Until then, for Richard and Sean, I'm Todd. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
beneath the belly of the